Min-jae ran to the house, the way a man runs when he already knows what he is about to find. He knew something was wrong. The front door was wide open, his parents were gone, the pot was cold, the spoon was on the floor. The only thing that stayed was silence, and a decision that followed Min-jae for the rest of his life. Min-jae was 15 years old. This decision cost Min-jae something. By the end of this video, you will know what that decision costs Min-jae. If this rise and fall of a street king kept you watching, don't forget to like, comment your thoughts, and subscribe for more powerful stories about loyalty, betrayal, and the price of power and mafia boss stories. Turn on notifications so you never miss the next interesting video. The last meal Min-jae Lee's mother cooked was white rice with a boiled egg split between 3 people, eaten without complaint. He was 15. He still remembers the sound of the spoon scraping the empty pot. His family owed 3 months of unpaid levy to Woo Jin Kim's collectors, the monthly tribute every household in the Yongsan district paid to exist without interference. The neighborhood sat at the edge of Seoul's formal economy, labeled transitional on city maps, but called the debt ward by everyone inside it. You paid, or the quiet men came. They came on a Friday morning. Min-jae was not at home. He had been at a neighbor's stall, selling cables and batteries, earning bills already earmarked for the family's payment of the debt owed. When he returned, the front door was open, the pot sat cold, a spoon lay on the floor, his parents were gone, no struggle, no commotion, just absence. A neighbor whispered to him that his parents were taken by the men of the street lord Woo Jin Kim. He stood in the hallway for a long time. The room was really quiet. The silence was even heavier than any noise. He did not cry. The floor tiles were cold and damp against his feet. He made a decision. It was the kind of decision a boy makes when he realizes that being quiet is not the same as being at peace. Sometimes silence is a weapon that someone else is holding. He did not run to the house. He walked. The shadows of the debt ward covered him up. When he got to Woo Jin Kim's place, he saw a monster. He saw a man who looked bored and fancy. Min-jae was taken to a room in the basement. His parents were sitting on the floor. They looked broken. They were weak from the lessons the collectors had taught them. Woo Jin Kim did not yell. He just held up 3 fingers. That meant Min-jae had 72 hours. It was not possible. It was like a death sentence. Min-jae tried hard. He hurt himself to get every bit of money he could. The debt was like a big ocean. He was a boy with a small bucket that had holes in it. When the sun came up on the day it was quiet in the district, Min-jae's parents were dead this time. Min-jae was the only one left to hear the silence. Min-jae was all alone now. 17 years later, Min-jae joined Woo Jin Kim's Corridor Authority organization. He did jobs that nobody noticed and was very careful. He learned how the organization worked, like someone who wants to find a way out. He met Williams Nathan after 8 months. Williams Nathan was an American. Nobody asked him about his accent because he was very useful. Williams Nathan seemed like a man running away from something. He used to be part of a group in the United States that did something bad. He came to Seoul to hide. Woo Jin Kim's Corridor Authority organization did not ask questions to people who could help them. In 18 months, Min-jae and Williams Nathan learned everything about the Corridor Authority organization. They found out when people worked, what the weaknesses were, and which men could be bought. Then they slowly took away Woo Jin Kim's power. They did this through a girl named Ara. Min-jae and Williams brought Ara into the Corridor Authority organization. They paid Ara a lot of money to poison the street lord. On a Friday night during the organization meeting, they planned how to kill the street lord with Ara's help. After the meeting, they were all drinking. They served the street lord a poison drink. He drank it and collapsed. The organization nurse later pronounced him dead. There was chaos everywhere. Min-jae, Williams, Nathan, and other organization members accused the male waitress. After some investigations were carried out, they killed him. Min-jae threatened the second in command to Woo Jin Kim. The man surrendered to Min-jae. Min-jae became the boss of the streets. He thought Williams Nathan helped him because they wanted the power. He was wrong. Williams Nathan had his reasons for helping Min-jae. What Min-jae thought was loyalty was actually the start of a plan. The man who helped Min-jae take over the city also took something for himself quietly. Min-jae rebuilt the Corridor Authority. He ran the organization with precision. This made the government task forces look incompetent one after another. Min-jae was not reckless, Min-jae was careful and precise. This is what kept the Corridor Authority and Min-jae untouchable for years. Things were changing underneath the Corridor Authority. Williams Nathan was building a financial channel inside the Corridor Authority. He was not doing this against Min-jae. He was doing it parallel to Min-jae. Williams Nathan was reconnecting with criminals across the Pacific. He was using the Corridor Authority and Min-jae's territory as cover. Min-jae thought he controlled everything in the Corridor Authority. Williams Nathan made sure that Min-jae only controlled what was visible to Min-jae. The first internal accountant of the Corridor Authority noticed something was wrong. There was a 12% discrepancy in the figures of the Corridor Authority. The accountant reported this to Min-jae's second-in-command. Then Min-jae's second-in-command brought it to Williams Nathan. The accountant was let go in the morning. The discrepancy in the Corridor Authority figures continued. This is what Williams Nathan wanted to happen in the Corridor Authority. Then something unexpected happened at the Corridor Authority. Mercy Jacobs arrived at the door of the Corridor Authority. She was wearing a cleaning uniform. It was her shift at the Corridor Authority on a Tuesday morning. Mercy Jacobs was quiet and thorough. She paid attention to everything around her at the Corridor Authority. 3 months into her job, Mercy knew the Corridor Authority headquarters well, all its corners, the sounds it made and the way things worked. The safe house was supposed to be empty. She did not ask any questions about it. Then one day Min-jae Lee came back. Mercy stood against the wall of the supply closet, watched through a small gap in the door as men carried locked boxes into the rooms she had just cleaned. Min-jae Lee was standing in the middle of everything, not saying anything, just being there like something was about to happen. Over 4 days, Mercy saw a lot of men coming for meetings, papers spread out on the meeting table, and men who acted like they would never get in trouble. On Friday, she went to the police station in her area. The police officer told her to come on Monday. What Mercy did not know was that this police officer was getting money from the Corridor Authority for 2 years already. Her complaint was on Williams Nathan's desk before the weekend was over. Mercy did not know any of this. She had a feeling. The kind of feeling a woman gets when she has been raised between two different worlds and does not fully belong to either one. She did not go back to the police station on Monday. Rather, she came to work on Monday. Immediately, Williams saw her. He summoned her to his office and asked her about what the police officer told him, and she denied it. Williams threatened her, and she stood her ground. Williams walked her out of his office. Later in the evening, when she was done with her work at the Corridor Authority, she looked for someone who was not connected to the Corridor Authority. She found someone. It was an inspector named Park Sung-ho, who had been working on the case for 14 months, using only public records and refusing to give up. She called him. He answered on the second ring. Park Sung-ho listened to what was being said without saying a word. Then he asked a question. When would the senior members of the Corridor Authority meet again? Mercy had heard the date 3 days before in the hallway outside the room. She told him the date away. He spent 3 weeks making sure that the Corridor Authority organization headquarters would not be able to hide what was going on inside through the help of Mercy. The operation started before dawn on a Tuesday. This was when the Corridor Authority had its meeting that Min-jae attended. The officers went into the headquarters through every door at a time. Min-jae was stopped in the kitchen doorway. He did not try to fight back. Williams Nathan was found in a room upstairs with his phone in his hand, but it was too late. Every senior member of the Corridor Authority who was there was taken away. The Corridor Authority did not end with a fight, but with the quiet efficiency of people who had been planning for a long time. The Yongsan district was very quiet in the morning in a way that it had not been for many years. Mercy went back to the headquarters one time to get her things. Then she picked up her bag, walked out into the morning, and the city was finally able to go back to a stable city